look like a douche. Hey, don't answer that.
Do you have an 818 area code?
No!
Alright, no. We're such snobs in LA. No one wants to live in the
Are there area code snobs in Arizona?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're the same way, right? In LA, oh, in fact, the rich people in Santa Monica and like the Brentwood area got like the 310 people got all worked up because they were going to do an overlay.
Yes,
and no one wanted them to have, like, didn't want to give up their area code. You know, and even though we're all like area code snobs, and I freak out that you think I have an 818 area code, and I'm personally offended about that. I thought it was the most ridiculous thing in the world that they would, like, you know, we're gonna have a referendum on this. No, I grew up in La Cañada. I live in Pasadena.
That's 818.
It is absolutely not 818. It's 626.
626.
That's right. 626, bitches. What's up? SGV is in the house.
Up until a year ago, I still had a cell phone with a 213.
Really?
Wow, and you gave that up?
Huh?
Wow.
You know what?
The phone stopped
This
working.
means nothing to these people.
Yeah, so to answer your question...
Well, let me answer the question. Wait,
Yeah.
no, I have a question. Now, is this room called the Valley? No, it's actually a part of the city, right?
Yes.
It's Phoenix
The
Metro.
whole thing.
The whole city's called the Valley? It is in the Valley.
I gotta say, when we were driving here from the airport, I saw a lot of places that I've seen on Cops. So, like, you guys totally have that going for you. So, like, kick ass, Phoenix.
This is the Valley.
Yeah.
Not like the San Fernando Valley. That's a pretender valley. Does this have a name, the valley here? Valley of the Sun!
Valley of the Sun.
Oh yeah, that's way cooler than our valley. Yeah, our valley's like the Valley of the Idiots. It's not even cool.
There's the Valley of the Giants. Has anyone ever been there?
I've been there.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we did a con. We did a con in Valley of the Giants. Remember?
Exactly. People were so large there.
Yeah, they were. It was weird. I've never felt smaller in my life.
I've never seen a whole town over 8 feet tall.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, but here's the thing: their basketball team sucked. They were terrible. Like they could dunk, but so what? They couldn't pass.
Dribble.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. And no breakout game. No breakout game at all.
Except when they spoke.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? She wasn't at that convention.
Yeah.
What?
I remember.
Yes.
I wasn't at the
One of the Valley of the Giants.
Question, please. Yes. Oh, sorry, you'd be next. Alright.
What was your favorite episode of Star Trek to make? Not just to watch, but to actually make. Each one of you.
My favorite episode to make was The First Duty. And The First Duty. The First Duty is a Starfleet Academy episode, and Wesley, I think you worked at. I'm not being a jerk. I think you worked a day on it.
Yeah, like I have one, right?
Yeah.
Was it Captain He's hiding something?
No, it wasn't that episode. It was the episode where you were like, I'm sensing, but I don't remember what it was that you were sensing.
I don't remember the episode.
So this episode was really was fun for me to work on because I was like 17 or 18 when we shot it, and it's like Starfleet Academy. Wesley he does the starburst maneuver and
Oh, when you got in trouble for doing
and Robbie McNeil was on it.
Yeah.
So it was really fun for me because for the first time in my life, I'm working on Star Trek, but I was working with kids. So like I always looked up to you guys, and I thought you guys were so cool. But like, look, I was a little kid, so we couldn't hang out, you know. Like I still it's weird. And I always this is true. This is true. That always made me really sad that like we couldn't hang out, and I always felt weird. Like we could relate to each other professionally, but like personally, you guys were adults and I was a kid.
Right.
So getting to work on a show where finally there were kids my age was like we liked the same kind of music, and you know we had the same sort of like cultural influences and stuff. That episode was the most fun for me to work on.
Did you feel bad then?
I did feel bad.
You shouldn't feel bad.
But you know I didn't hang out with anyone. Right. It wasn't just you.
Yeah.
I mean, I was jealous of you because you were hanging out with people.
Yeah, that's true.
I was alone in my trailer, going, We'll hang
I
out.
wasn't. That first season I was dating all the guest stars.
Well, that's... They were all hanging out, right?
Yeah, you want to know why Fleetwood Mac really shaved his beard?
That's right.
Okay. My favourite episode was Fistful of Davis, the shoe. I thought it was brilliant. First of all, because we actually left Paramount and went to another lot.
Yes.
And him dressed as a woman was unbeatable. And it was just so much fun to do that episode.
I didn't really enjoy any of them.
No. I was worried when you asked that question, actually. I was like,
I was wearing all that stuff all over my face. And, yeah, 16 hours a day and in my eyes and... No.
I was wearing contact lenses too.
I wasn't used to it. I wasn't used to makeup like you were. I was wearing thick powder caked onto my face.
Powder.
I'm just trying to be straight with the people.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking about it again.
So am I.
So, which one?
Well, let's see. I liked... What was the one Beth Toussaint was on?
Oh, yeah.
She was,
yeah, I don't remember the episode.
Denise's sister?
Legacy.
Huh?
Legacy.
Legacy.
Thank you.
That was my favorite.
Because Beth Toussaint.
Beth Toussaint.
She's beautiful.
Two women.
I was mean to her. So I
And
like
you said that you're next.
Yeah.
I actually have a question for you, Will. Hearing that your first kiss was on a show with Ashley Judd. So how weird was it to have your first kiss on screen, and also what was it like to kiss Ashley Judd?
So the gist of the question is, what was it like to kiss Ashley Judd? Corey Allen directed that episode.
Good.
Yeah, remember Corey?
Oh, boy.
So, Corey was a director who was very well intentioned. And he...
Very method, though.
Yeah, he was super method. And he really, the way that he directed was to talk through the entire scene while you were doing it. So that you sort of knew what your intention was supposed to be. So the story in the game is that there's that weird addictive game thing, right? And it's supposed to be sort of like sexual excitement to sort of like play the game. So throughout the thing, when we're going to do that scene, Corey is describing in really inappropriate, explicit detail exactly how exciting the entire thing is, And I'm like, dude, I'm 18 and I'm kissing Ashley Judd. I know how exciting it is. I would appreciate it if you stopped cock-blocking me. That would be great. But the thing that invariably disappoints people is that we were professionals and we were working and it was awkward and there were people everywhere and I'm sure she forgot about it. Like I did.
By the way, just as a side note, not that you'd be interested in this, but Corey Allen, who Will's talking about, did you ever see the movie Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean? Yeah. Corey Allen was the guy he did the race with, who got his sleeve stuck on the door handle and went over the cliff. That was Corey Allen. And he directed our pilot and that episode.
Yeah.
You hot?
Yeah.
You home?
Have the flash.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, you have the flash. It's not me. I didn't want to say, is it hot or is it me? Because it's always me. But okay. So.
It's always me too, baby. I know what you're talking about. We should take a question from this section.
Yes. Go on, you with a smiley face. Never.
Not true.
Yeah, there were never practical jokes on Next Gen.
There really weren't, honestly. I mean, there were a lot of funny things that happened. We laughed all day long, but
We didn't play practical.
we didn't do practical.
Because you know what? As a psychologist, you really only play practical jokes on people that you really don't like, right? Deep down. Yeah. And we really liked each other, so there were no practical jokes. But we did, as I said yesterday, for the 12 people that were here, where were the rest of you yesterday? That's what I want to know. Just as Brent and Wil were here today. No, no, we didn't. But we laughed, but no practical jokes.
Do you guys remember around the time we shot like Lonely Among Us in the first season?
Oh.
So we were on like we
That
were
moment we went to the sewage disposal plant.
no Lonely Among Us is like